Join me today as we do some functional planning together in my Erin Condren Dashboard Layout Life Planner.
Today I'll be using a sticker kit that I purchased from Hand Can Plan. So Hannah did design this sticker kit for the dashboard layout. This is kit 166 and I love the colors in this kit, and my favorite part of it is the chickens. We actually have chickens at our house. My husband decided a few years back that he wanted to get chickens, and then he actually began a farming business on the side where he raises chickens and then we sell the meat and eggs from the birds. So he sells those at our local farmers market. And when I saw this kit, I just thought it was so cute and it was perfect for me. So I got it and I decided to use it this week. I'm excited to see how this kit works with my planning since it is designed specifically for this layout. So all the stickers are made to fit the boxes that are included in the layout. I'm starting out by adding the correct dates to the days of the week so that I can place those on the page. They're just little number circles that you add on right next to the date. I'm sure you're familiar with these. So a little bit about me. My name is Kristen. I obviously love planning. I have been an affiliate for Erin Condren since 2020. I have been using Erin Condren planners since about 2015, and I have tried, I think, every layout that they offer. I really have enjoyed some of the new layouts that they come out with in the last several years. The compact vertical was one of my favorites, so I was very excited once I got used to the idea of this dashboard layout. It's a bit of a change from the compact vertical, but I do find it very functional for me so far. I am also a teacher, so I do use one of the Erin Condren teacher lesson planners for my classroom. I also do type my lessons in more detail on the computer, but I like to have a paper copy that I can look back at year after year, and that gives me a lot of ideas for the following year. My family and I live in Missouri. I am married. My husband, Jason, is retired military, so he served over 20 years in the Army and the Army National Guard before he retired, and now he works as a project manager for the University of Missouri. I have an 11-year-old daughter named Maddie, and she is into gymnastics right now. She loves reading. And we also have 2 dogs. We have a Schnauzer named Eloise and a coonhound named Mabel. You can find me on Instagram too at plan_with_purpose. So I do post on Instagram as well. I'm hoping to continue making fairly regular YouTube videos, but we will see how that goes when I go back to school in August. Life as a teacher gets pretty busy, and making YouTube videos can be a little time consuming. So I will have to see how that plays out once I get back to school. Fingers crossed that it works out. I was a little unsure about on the dashboard layout was that there are 6 habit trackers. As someone who doesn't regularly use habit trackers, that is a lot. I have been using all 6 trackers in the weeks prior to this, but I decided this week that I was going to use one of the boxes that Hannah provided to cover up 3 of the trackers. So you can see me struggling to position the box. It is a pretty exact fit, so you have to get it really lined up if you want all of the habit trackers to be covered. So it took me several tries, but I did finally get it adjusted on there. I decided to add some of the habit tracker boxes that Hannah included with this kit just to add some more color and make them match the rest of this spread. Also, just a little side note, I usually do speed up a lot of parts of my videos, but this week I decided to leave it in real time so you can see exactly how long it takes me to do my plans. On average, I would say that it typically takes me around 30-ish minutes just to do 1 week's worth of planning, just a basic spread and thinking through all the things that I need to do for the week. This week, since I was using a different sticker kit than I'm used to, it does take me, a little longer when I'm using something different because I'm not sure how I want to use it and I have to play around with it a little more. I'm sure most people are this way. So I made some adjustments as I went along, but it really helps to have a kit that's designed exactly for the layout that you're using. Whew, I feel like I have struggled a lot today to get my stickers on straight and covering the things that I want to cover, but I'm getting it done. And I will compliment Hannah on the fact that her stickers are easily repositionable and still stick down well after you've moved them as many times as I have. So now I am adding the priorities header over this box, just the way that the layout is designed. And I put the habits header above the habit trackers. I'm going to add some of these washi strips just to create a little bit of visual division of these different sections of the layout. I really like how this looks with the separation using the washi strips. Last week, I feel like my layout turned out a little bit more cluttered and hard to read. So I really like how this turned out a lot cleaner looking. at this part, I was really debating on what headers to use this week. I did decide that I would use the meals header for that bottom box on the left-hand page. I have liked writing out the meals that I've planned for the week right there. The one that I was really debating on was what header to use for the lined section on the right-hand page. I went ahead and settled on the notes header, but I was also considering putting down this week for that section. So far, I have been trying to jot down any notes, like it says, that happened during the week. Maybe if I make a phone call somewhere, or for example, that we were planning our Disney trip, I took some notes about the planning for that on some of the previous weeks. But some weeks I don't really have as many things to write down in that section as others. If you have a great idea for a way that you're using that bottom lined section, I would love to hear it. Please leave it down in the comments for me. I decided to use these long, skinny event boxes to mark out the time that I am teaching summer school each of these days. I am a preschool teacher and I am teaching an enrichment session of preschool this month. The session with the children is just 3 hours long, but I do get another 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after the time with the kids to prep and clean up and do planning for the other days. I have about 9 more days left in this session, and then I'll have a couple weeks off before I head back to work for the regular school year. I really cannot believe how fast this summer has flown by. We only have a few more weeks until we go back to school. Also, just an update on the status of the academic planners. I still haven't received the planner that Erin Condren is sending me to review. There have been some supply chain issues at Erin Condren with some of the planners, so there was a little delay in getting those out to the affiliates who are going to be sharing them. I am so excited to get the planner though, because I love the changes that they made to this planner. I have used the academic planner in the past when I was in grad school, but I think that the way that the planner is laid out now would be so much more functional for me. If you haven't seen the changes yet, they've basically switched to a vertical layout, and the columns are actually lined for each of the days. So I know a lot of people have been requesting lined vertical columns. So I think that this will be a great functional layout for a lot of people, even if you're not in school. Another thing that's going to make a lot of people happy is that the academic planner is available in the A5 size. Everyone was pretty disappointed when Erin Condren took out a lot of their A5 options this year. So I think that this will make a lot of people happy to have a great vertical layout option that is available in the A5 size. Of course, they will have the regular 7x9 size available too. I should be receiving a coiled academic planner in the 7x9 size. Okay, since I have all of the summer school event stickers down, now I am adding my daughter's gymnastics practices that she has each week. So those are on Tuesdays and Fridays. So I am including those on my spread along with my jazzercise classes for those days, because while she is in gymnastics, I just go across the street and work out for part of the time that she's in practice. I do try to work out at least 3 or 4 days a week, so I will also add in some other days that I want to work out as the week progresses. I'm not totally sure if we might be swimming some afternoons after summer school, so that's why I'm kind of just waiting to see how some of the days play out before I decide when I will do my other workouts. I find that when I plan ahead for my workouts and I schedule that time with myself each week, I'm a lot more likely to follow through and actually show up for those classes. I keep a bag in my car that has my weights and my yoga mat and just some basic things that I use when I go to my jazzercise classes, so that if I decide last minute that I want to go to a class, I will have all the things that I need with me. I also keep some spare clothes in the car, so I have like leggings, some tank tops, and even a sports bra that I keep in there, along with socks, so that I will always have the clothes that I need to. I want to remember that our town is going to be doing some fireworks on Saturday evening, and my dogs are terrified of fireworks. So I need to remember this so that I can medicate them ahead of time so they don't totally freak out. Decided to use these check boxes, kind of like bullets, to write down all the meals that I had planned for this week. Here I'm struggling to remember what those meals were. And some of them I am leaving blank for now because we have some friends coming to visit this weekend, and I'm not totally sure, what we're going to be doing, if we're going to be cooking or if we're going to be going out to eat some. So I'm going to kind of play that by ear and maybe, do an extra shopping trip later on in the week when I am more sure of our plans. I have a harder time when the weather is warm, like in the summer, trying to think of meals to make. I think that planning meals in the winter or the fall is easier for me. I make a lot of different pasta dishes and soups and things like that. And it just seems like in the summer, some of the things are too heavy or too warm for the warm weather. So if you guys have some great summer meals, let me know what they are. You can see right here that I planned to have salad and baked potatoes one night. We're going to have BLTs one day. My husband was wanting some breakfast for dinner, so we're doing biscuits and gravy. And then another night, we're going to have tacos. Oh, and I'm pretty sure that when our friends are here, my husband said that he wants to make a beer can chicken out on the grill. Right here, I'm just adding an event sticker just saying that our friends are coming to visit. I'm so excited to see them. This is my husband's best friend and his wife and their 2 children. We don't get to see them as often as we would like. We used to live really close to one another, and because of the military, we both have had to move at different times. But luckily, like I said, we live in Missouri and they live in Kansas. So now, we're only a few hours apart. So we are able to go and visit one another. And so we are excited to see them and get to spend some time together. For us, they're those type of friends that, you just pick up where you left off from the last time you saw them. So it's always fun to see people like that where things are just easy and it doesn't have to be a stressful thing. Sunday is also my sister-in-law's birthday, and so I know we will be doing something to celebrate. Probably going over to her house to swim, but it could also just be dinner or something like that. So I'm leaving that kind of open as well right now. I need to figure out what I am going to give her for her birthday. I have been hopeful that I will be able to schedule a flower arranging class for she and I to go to. We have both, wanted to learn how to arrange flowers for a long time now. And we actually attempted to go to what we thought was a flower arranging workshop last year. But when we got there, it was just more of a pick out your flowers and make your own bouquet without any instruction. And so we both really want to go to an actual class where we can learn how to arrange flowers. So I'm hoping that I will be able to find that for her. There is a local flower group that does classes, and I had reached out to them about scheduling an arrangement class for us. And they had said that they were going to have 2 during July, but they still haven't shared any dates for those. So I sent another inquiry to them. So I'm hoping that that will work out for the gift for her. Otherwise, I'm going to have to think of something else pretty quick. Since I'm going down to tracking only 3 habits this week, I put down jazzercise because I am trying to get to that goal of 150 classes for this year. So I like tracking that. So I'll mark down the days that I go and work out. And then I am also just continuously trying to work on decluttering our house. So I try to work each day to remove at least a couple things from our house. So I like marking that down. And then I chose, just to mark down any sort of cleaning task that I do for the house. For my priorities for this week, I decided, of course, preparing for our friends to come and visit. So I just need to make sure, the house is picked up and ready for them. Like I said, want to continue to declutter and make sure I drop off all those donations as well. And another priority for me this week is to continue working on back to school type resources that I can sell in my other little side business on Teachers Pay Teachers. was trying to think of what I wanted to write up in the box that I used to cover the habit trackers. And I decided that I would write down digital decluttering. So I don't know about you, but I really struggle with having too many photos and things like that on my phone, using up all my storage. I keep buying bigger and bigger storage amounts, on my phone when I get a new one. But I really need to work on going through. I know that there is a bunch of stuff on there that I do not need. So I've been working on deleting photos, and of course also deleting emails is a constant battle. So just trying to keep that a focus to work on those a little bit each day and delete some photos and delete some emails. So here is my finished layout for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Coming up, I plan on doing a setup video for my teacher planner, and I'm hoping to get in that academic planner soon to show you guys. Please like this video and subscribe.